far down in, I'm afraid I'm gonna make it a little bit wobbly. Yeah.
So leave it on.
Yeah. I'm a good half inch maybe in from the side,
Okay.
because I don't want it to crack the foam on the back. If you're too close to that back, that can be a problem. And I'm pretty much gonna go up straight with that. This one, this guy's kinda going this way, so I'm going this way with that one. And I'm gonna take more off of him. And again, I just don't know. This is so far out of its shaft here that I'm afraid if I peel it back again, it's gonna be floppy. And we've got plenty of foam. That's one reason I give you half a foam. So I'm gonna come right in next to it. I'm stepping forward in the foam. Okay.
Right along.
And it's just slightly angled so that they, complement each other. This one just a little bit of an angle. This one kind of had a natural bend to the back. If I had put it in the other way, it would be bending into the arrangement. I'd rather it bent back, so that's why I sort of went that way. Okay. Then, this is a good time to get this going on over here.
Where?
Okay, because I want to be able to work flowers around it, and if I wait to put it in, I'm gonna have trouble making it feature, and I sort of wanted that to be interesting.
So
I kind of put it in at an angle.
And it's on the opposite side of the tape, or?
Yeah, the tape. This is a good maneuver to put that through crooked.
Yes.
Because everything sort of,
Okay.
It's right in the middle.
That works. Yeah, but I didn't pay attention to where it was as far as the tape. It's in this part of the foam. This is the focal point down here. That's the interest point up there with the big guy up top there. So, okay. Alrighty. Then I'm thinking that maybe we can leave. I don't know if yours will be as wide as mine. This could be overpowering, but I think if I make it come in here right away, it would be a good backdrop for this. Yeah, I can get away with that. And then, because I'd rather not trim it. We do that sometimes, but I'd rather see if we can't use them whole tonight. If I take this one kind of smaller, I think I can get that to slide in without having to trim it up too much. But if I go like so, this is kind of going to bring the green through the arrangement. It's kind of complementing it. I'm going to hold off on this because I don't want to get the eye too fussed at this point. I think we would do well to go ahead and green at this point. Unfortunately, we had to use leather leaf because that fits our budget.
It works.
So, I'm putting that on the end. It's farther forward than it is back, because if you start to get your size too far back, your arrangement looks like it's doing its exercises.
So what green what would be an alternate that you would suggest?
I would have liked to have had more of the fern and, more of this, more of the tropical stuff. But it's okay because this is dark and the other things are going to play against it. We're going to get this in now because it's kind of a background foliage. I just want to get it the size a little bit defined. The fern didn't look. It's yucky on that end tonight, but it doesn't look too bad as far as its spores are concerned. And then I'll come in kind of under that side. And I happened to make that one a little bit longer just for interest, but that's not imperative. It's moving on its own. Okay, now I'm gonna come up and around. Make sure you trim. I'm ignoring this backside because I'm going to have plenty of leather to fill in with it. So, and things that are broken, just sort of save them maybe for the backside. these are, I think I've only picked up 2 pieces so far. They're, it's got lots of good pieces. They're big, so there are lots of pieces down through it. Okay, so I'm just coming up. It's that Elizabethan collar effect. I was trying to coach Majid when he was in the shop working. I think some of you knew Majid. And he wasn't familiar with Elizabethan styles. I had to Google it for him and show him how she wore those collars, you know,
Yeah.
that framed up and around. I said, oh yeah, it does look like that. That was real cute. I thought, well, that didn't work as I thought I was describing that so well. Okay, then again, there's nothing particularly endearing about the front side of these green, containers. So I always try to go in and get the front edge.
After working at the shop on the busiest day of the year, did he think that was a
Yeah,
dream job?
he was talking to Diana about how he'd like to open a flower shop.
Oh,
By the end of the holiday, he was
Maybe
saying, I think I'll rethink that.
I was gonna say, when he started and then when he ended, did he feel the same
Yeah,
way?
no, not at all. Nope. And Diana said, phew, we saved him from wasting his money. Okay, so, again, that's just, you can see it's just looping. It's like your cuff that you do on the flat arrangements, only it's tilted. And make, nice points in the middle and slim them, take enough off them and whatever, so that when you put that they don't fall out. You should be able to kind of go like this and not have any of them fall out. Okay. And little double pieces like that I can start to put around that. So, I'm just gonna go a little bit more here on the end, on the back side of the fern, and maybe a little bit in here, but I don't want to get the this area too fussed up, because I've still got some big stems to put in. And one of the reasons that I don't usually do a lot of the greening until I've got the stems in is you really run into, the crisscrossing that's going on. But I think that'll work okay. Then I would like to use these guys, they're pretty short, just their heads, and get some framing going on.
To the top or the side?
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah,
It's the top.
it's the top.
Okay, got it.
Because there's not really room. That's one reason why I put the green in first, so that I could get that snugged up. And then this other one, I'm going to come in here. And the method to my madness on this is that we've got a big splash of red here, and now you've got 2 red here. I don't want to separate those reds, because it's just, your eye's just going to be all over the place. Because now these guys are going to be, in through the center area. So that's where I'm headed.
Now, you went right in the, on the edge. I've never done that. I know. You put it right.
You probably have, but it's usually got leather leaf in it, and you don't see where you're putting it.
Yeah.
You guys are always saying, where am I putting it in the foam?
Yeah.
Where it goes in the foam doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Yeah.
I wanted the head right here,
Right,
and
so
that
it's
happened to be where I stuck it.
Right.
And if that had been covered over with green, you wouldn't have seen it.
noticed, yeah.
But because these stems are so big, it's better not. I knew that I could frame this and then get them in, and I'd be okay. And these can go down through the greens, but it's these big stems that are always a problem with that. So, okay. Then it would behoove me now to go ahead and get some more greens covered in through here, like so. Because it's going to be hard. Once you get your Fuji's in place, you can't go putting things in and around them, or you'll start to shatter them. Every time we work with Fuji's Barbara in my Tuesday class manages to shatter them. And I can't quite figure out how to, show her not to get in so close. If any of you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm working in towards the center. Everything's sort of radiating, and that's kind of how the fern plants grow with the center. So that's nice if you can get that sort of whirling. And there's lots of good points, but you don't want to get them so that they're laying too flat. You want them fluffy. I think that's probably sufficient. That's got it covered. And so I have lots that I can use around back. If you've got them in your hand and you want to get rid of them, just come on around back here. And sometimes that's easier than setting them down. Okay, I still have a lot to cover, but I'll work on that later. Okay, so that gets us framed. So what I had in mind for this was to let it go ahead and sort of be framed in the crossbar, yeah. And then it's that left, right, left, steps it down. It's the, okay? And then these are nice thin stems. I hope yours are like that. Okay. I think that works. And then I think we could have long one here and let it go through the palm and come out that way.